Hello everybody, welcome back to the Sword and Shield video here today. Leave a like down below. We're just gonna get right into it. Leave a like for the fossils. These fossils are cracked out. They make every other fossil look like a joke. I think when we first got Rampardos, we're like, all right, highest attack stat in the game. Rampardos are gonna be crazy. Come to find out, everything about Rampardos but his attack stat is actual garbage. You had Archeops, everything about it is insane. Ability, garbage. Kabutops and Rain, insane, but just too limited. You know what I mean? And then you have these fossils where it's like, Jesus, man. Like, the fact that they're not rock types is already a plus. You know what I mean? I think this is a good future for fossils because when you see that they're not rock types, they're a lot crazier than they normally should be. You know what I mean? Like, even the fossils that are good, the fact that they're rock types is just holding them back. So it's just already awesome that we don't see that they're rock types. They're dragons, by the way. Both dragons. So that's really awesome. Again, leave a like down below, guys, for more. And to also give love to the fossils. I shiny hunter for Dracozolt. He's one of my favorite Pokemon that come out from Sword and Shield. I love the design. I love other types. I'm biased. So already a win-win. And there's an insane amount of damage. Now, the reason why these fossils are causing chaos, they're just out here a menace to society, is because of their moves. Bolt Beak and Vicious Rend. Dracovish, more people know about, but Dracozolt, not a lot of people know about him yet. I think they sleep. Bolt Beak, it does double the power if the move goes first. So 85 base, just double that. Just double that. Just double that. It's already 170. So it's a base 170 if it goes first, right? And not even to mention that, but it's a bunch of modifiers that go behind it. So if it goes priority, that's a modifier. Ability, that's a modifier. Item, that's a modifier. Stab, that's a modifier. Terrain, that's a modifier. Super effective, that's a modifier. It's like what? 6 modifiers off rip like that? It's insane. I think Vicious Rend, I think it's a 570 base move, like with all the modifiers total. I would assume this guy's higher because he has a higher attack stat. I haven't done the math behind it all, but he's definitely got to have, higher damage. He definitely puts out more damage than Dracovish because, like I said, again, that higher attack stat, he's 100 attack versus Dracovish's 90 attack. But the difference between the two is, guys, is that water is just better to land on people than electric is because there's no immunity to water. I mean, there's like what? Things like water absorbent storm drain, but just don't click Vicious Rend on that. Yeah, you can say the same thing for Dracozolt. Just don't click Bolt Beak on an Exadrill. It's as simple as that. But the same can go for Dracovish. Put up the Rain, priority, strong jaw, band, stab, super effective. You know what I mean? All those type of modifiers can really go into it with Dracozolt as well, or Dracovish. Either or. But I like to do a Hustle Blender Policy. If you guys don't know what Blender Policy is, it's a brand new ability, or item, sorry. Where pretty much you get double the speed if you miss your move. And with the ability Hustle, you're generally going to be missing a lot of your moves. So it's just going to... They go hand in hand. You know what I mean? They go hand in hand. So a bunch of Hustle Mons got buffed from this Zweilous. Big things like Durant the Dracozolt. So be on the lookout for that. Especially Durant. Don't sleep on Durant. He got a big buff. He got a big buff this generation. So don't sleep on that. But I decided to give it Bolt Beak, Low Kick, Outrage, and Fire Fang. Fire Fang for things like Ferrothorn. Outrage is could stab. I mean, you could run Dragon Claw if you don't want to lock yourself into it. But just Dynamax and Max Wormwind. You know what I mean? Like, you know what you just no point. This thing pretty much is a free Dragon Dance with a Hustle Blunder Policy if you miss. So that's something. I know some people run Earthway. You can run that if you want to. If you get burned by a Corsola or a Toxapex, you can run Facade too. But the thing is still like 2 to 3 KOing Mons, even while burned. So it's a menace to society. He learns a lot of moves, honestly. Like, you can even taunt it too for obnoxious walls. Like, he has a very versatile, surprisingly enough, a pretty versatile move. He gets Fire Spin, which is really weird. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Please don't. I mean, if you want to do, what is it, Max Airstream, you can do Pluck as well, too. But you have to Dynamax, like, instantly. Like, when it comes to banding moves like that, like, if you band Pluck and then Dynamax, you're going to be locked into Pluck after the Dynamax. But if you Dynamax instantly and then plug to get the Airstream, then you can lock yourself into whatever you want afterwards because you Dynamax turn 1. So it's a bunch of interesting stuff like that when it comes to Dynamax choice items, combinations, stuff like that. It's really interesting. But I think this is the best Dracozolt set. Like I said, again, guys, I think these are the only 2 sets I'm going to be doing in this video because you can really just interchange these sets. Like, example, right? Let me show you guys this. I could essentially import this and interchange it where you could just do Choice Band, similar to a Dracovish. You could do Choice Band and do the exact same thing. You could, you know what I mean? Like, it's generally you're gonna be running the spread. You're gonna be running these things very similar if you just decide to change whatever you want to change. You could go Scarf if you want to as well. Again, it's up to you. It's up to you. It really is. I think Blender Policy is the most fun to use. You could band it to get that absolute maximum power because Blender Policy is for speed. You could run like plus speed here. Instead of Adamant, you go Jolly and you could just run a Choice Band. You know what I mean? You could even go Choice Scarfed Adamant. Like you see, guys, this is why I didn't do multiple sets because you're generally going to be changing these things. Hardly ever. You know, they can be ran the same. It's interchangeable. You can do Adamant Scarf. I really like Banded or Blender Policy. Those are my favorite ones, and Adamant as well, too. For absolute raw damage, because how I like to run these guys is you could just kill every wall in the game, and then your Dragapult could just kill everything else. You know what I mean? Generally, though, especially with Dracovish, people are running it, he's killing everything. Literally everything. Draco's a little different, though, because he has an immunity of ground. Ground is going to be obnoxious. Plus, there's just more things out there that would not appreciate being hit by a water stab than being hit by an electric stab. So, on to Dracovish now. God, try saying all their names over and over and over. On to Dracovish now, the menace of society. The guy that's actually just out here killing literally everything. This guy's crazy. So, everyone's been speaking about him. I'm going to speak about him now. It's like the 4th time I've brought it up. Dota Esports credited me an article. So, shout out to them about Dracovish and how I ran him. Shout out to him. They also credited Wolfie and Blender. Shout out to that. Take a shot every time I bring it up. It's just awesome, okay? But Dracovish, Banded, Strong Jaw, Fish's Friend, and 3 other moves. Your other moves actually don't matter. Like, I've thought about why I would click Low Kick for things like Tyranitar, Fish's Friend. I've thought about Psychic Fangs for Toxapex. In the rain, you can one-shot Toxapex. You can literally one-shot Pex. It's crazy. One-shot Pex. Try saying that out loud. It's actually crazy. Ice Fang, I thought about doing that. I was like, okay, Dragapult, right? Dude, Fish's Friend 2 KOs. If in the rain, one-shots. So I've thought about why I run all the 3 other moves. And have I even considered making them go beyond other moves? No, just Fish's Friend. He's a Fish's Friend machine. You could run Crunch as well, too. Because that's actually very convenient because then you can lower the target's defense. And that also does hit things like bulky water types and Dragapult at the same time. So you could run Crunch. I like Crunch, so we're going to run Crunch. I can't tell you why I had Ice Fang on there initially. That was somebody's Dracovish that sent me this, so whatever. I like Dracovish. I like Dracozolt more, but I love Dracovish. He's more reliable of the 2 because he's always going to land his moves. He's always going to deal damage versus Dracozolt, where he could potentially be halted from dealing damage from being Electric Bolt Peak, or the fact that he misses. I've actually missed on Gyarados, and I've had them set up all over me. So that's disgusting. That's like actually disgusting. But like I said again, Dracovish, this is pretty standard. You could run the thing Adamant as well too. It doesn't matter. You could go Banded Adamant. You could go Banded Jolly. If you go Scarf, you're outspeeding Dragapult. Or sorry, you're not even outspeeding Dragapult. That's what's crazy that I meant to talk about. Because if you go 273 times 1.5, you're hitting 409. And Dracovish is like 421. Or Dragapult, sorry. They're so similar, guys. I'm going to take a fumble shot all the time. What is it? He hits 421. So the unfortunate part about that is you could run the thing Scarfed and you're still literally not outspeeding this guy. 142 base speed, guys. You're not outspeeding this guy. There's no way I outspeed him. The only outspeed him is if you have a Sticky Webs on it. If you have Sticky Webs on it, That is the actual only way you're outspeeding it. Literally. That's it. Because if you have sticky webs and you do 2 for 9 times 1.5, you're hitting at 373. And Dracozolt, what is it? After sticky webs is going to be hitting 280. So, outspeed. Shout out sticky webs. It's awesome, dude. It's just great. But like I said again, guys, these things are interchangeable. You can run it Scarf. You can run it Band. I don't really see anything else ran for Dracovish because literally nothing else matters. Like, what are you doing? I've seen somebody run Life Orb just because they want to change their moves. So I guess, but you want Dracovish to stay around for a bit. You know what I mean? Like, punch in the amount of damage you can get. Like, even if you don't get in damage, the fact that he's, or I'm sorry, even if you don't get in KOs, the fact that he's getting in damage is already insane. That in itself is already wild. So, big shout out to these two. Like I said again, guys, some of the most broken Pokemon that have come out from the meta within these games. Some of the most broken Pokemon on OU right now. Some of those broken Pokemon are doubles, more Dracovish than Dracozolt. But maybe people sleep on Dracozolt. We'll have to see. Guys, hit that like button down below if you want to see more. Hit that like button down below for the fossils, man. I love these two. I really do. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.